Alright, so we're going to do a pod review today on, let's see, what could we do one on? We got so many here to choose from. I'm really trying to get all the pod reviews first that I didn't do pod reviews on. So, I mean, a lot of these you already seen. I'm probably not even going to do pod reviews on most of this, but I am trying to get all the ones that I haven't reviewed so I can get those videos up on my website. So, we're going to do it on this one. This is called the Mustard Habanero. And as you can see, we got some big mama mustards. Now, let's not confuse that with the big mama mustard pepper. Now, there is a pepper out there. It's called the big mama mustard. That is not the same thing as the mustard habanero. I get asked that once in a while, and people seem to maybe get that confused with the two peppers. The mustard mama is more of a Trinidad scorpion Moruga type of pepper, and the mustard habanero is simply a mustard habanero. So don't get those two confused. Though I will say the mustard habaneros on this plant this year are absolutely enormous. I've never gotten mustard habaneros this big before, so something I did right this year. And let's pick a few of these. Let's pick all the ones that are ripe, because these got to come off. And these plants, I'm starting to dig them up now. Here's a little one. Now, this is a true version of the mustard habanero. There are some other habaneros that claim that they're mustard habaneros, and they're kind of like, they're almost like translucent a little bit, and they got like a lot of pinkening in it, but they're kind of like a little green and yellow in it. Those are not the true versions. This is the actual true version of the mustard habanero. There we go. Look at that bad boy. Look at how big that thing is. It's as big as a bell pepper, man. Holy smokes. Look at this thing. But you can see the color of the mustard habanero here, how it's got like a funny kind of a weird looking orange color to it. And that is the true color of the mustard habanero. Anything outside of that isn't the true version. It's just another variation. Doesn't mean that it's no good. It's just it's not the true version of the mustard habanero. Mustard habaneros have to have that look like a good mustard, like the color of a dark, spicy mustard. If you ever see dark, spicy mustard, it has a funny color to it. That's why they named it that, guys. It has that color of mustard, that dark mustard. Okay, that's why they called it mustard habanero. Any mustard plant really is supposed to have that color. We've got a couple more, I think, already on here. Oh, breaking a whole plant to get these off this year, man. You don't want to let them go. Look at that, guys. These are absolutely enormous. Let me get one more. There's one more on there. Let's grab that one. There's a certain way to pick them off, so you have to go through what I go through to get them off, but I'm usually just a yanker. I'm a yanker. Oh, this one's not fully ripe. That's all right. It'll ripen in a couple days. We're not going to taste test that one. Look at that, guys. Look at how beautiful of a pepper that is. My goodness. Look at the beauty on that thing. It's a little green on that side. So let's bring you inside. And we're going to do a taste test on the little one. We're going to taste test the little one. Get that lighting right in here. So look at that. Isn't that a nice little pod? Now, that's his typical size, believe it or not. Maybe a little bigger than that. Maybe they can get us twice the size. That'll be the typical size. This year, for some reason, my peppers all grew absolutely enormous. And again, I am contributing that mostly to this product right here, Vermisterra. I've done videos on them. They made my pods get so big this year on a lot of my plants. It's incredible. I really believe it has something to do with it, because my peppers never got this big before. So anyway, that's it. Let's turn you around and give that a go. Alright guys, here we are again. We're doing another pod review on this nice little one. It's not so nasty. It's a nice little pod. And it's called the Mustard Habanero, as I said earlier. I repeat myself in the videos like that, just so you know, because sometimes I take this part of the video and I just put it on the other channel and I just scrap the other part. At least that's what I used to do, but that's why I repeat myself. So anyways, that's it right there. I'll get you in the light. This is not the Big Mama mustard. I get asked that for some reason. Some people think that this pepper is the Big Mama mustard. The Big Mama mustard doesn't even look like a mustard pepper. It's like a dark green color with some tints of this funny green yellow color to it. So it's not really a mustard pepper, but that's what it's called. And this is not the same thing. All right, without any further ado, let's give that a bite. Well, so far there's not a whole lot of heat on that thing. I might even have to bite the other one. But that one, the inside of it had some blackening in it. You know, when the seeds don't develop, sometimes they turn like black. It's not moldy, but they turn black. And so that one didn't develop correctly. But heat's starting to come in now a little bit. But so far, almost no heat on it. The taste of it's really nice. Very smooth for a habanero. I grow the 3-year or 4-year-old habanero that 5-year now maybe. I've been growing that habanero plant forever. That's a very classic and traditional type of habanero flavor, which is generally going to be more of a richer and fruitier type flavors. That's your true habanero flavor. This, on the other hand, it's not really. It's kind of, I don't know, it's fruity like a habanero, but it's very mild and smooth, to be honest with you. And habaneros, I'm kind of on the fence about right now because in recent years, the fruitiness is really starting to get to me for some reason. I'm just not working too well with the habanero fruitiness. It's just, you know, within the last 2 or 3 years, I'm really like, you know, now I guess maybe it's because I'm eating so many other peppers. It's like eating habaneros now is like not fun for me, or flavor doesn't work as well with my palate. So I'm like veering away from it. But I'll be honest with you, this habanero right here, this thing tastes good. I'm going to bite this one. Not much heat on these things at all. It could just be that it's not developing. The seeds didn't develop in them. You can see, like, if you look really close, you see a little bit of blackening in there. That's because it's not moldy. It's just the seeds didn't develop. I hope it ain't moldy. You can see it gets like that. When it does that, no heat on it, really. A little disappointing. Good news is I can get another pod review done. But the flavor, it's got heat on it. If I'm going to put heat, if I'm going to say it's going to have any kind of heat right now with these 2 little pods I ate, I don't know, about 4,000. It's got heat on it, but it's not a habanero heat, which is, I was expecting at least, you know, 100,000, something like that. Not even close. So, but I can't say that for all the pods. I do got some of these other ones, these massive mamas, which I want to let ripen up a little, because I am going to dry these out and add them to my little powder repertoire. Look at that one. Now that's beautiful. Look at that thing. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I got more on there, so hopefully they ripen. But so far, this particular habanero's definitely got some low heat on it. Almost not even worth doing the video because there's no heat on it. Now, as far as the flavor goes, it's a very smooth type of flavor. It's very easy to eat. You could eat this thing easily in the garden. I mean, if you're not looking to get burned to death, you want to eat something nice and easy. So far, these are pretty easy. Now, the flavor of it had like a slight fruity flavor to it, but it was very mild. The whole pepper sensation on it was just very mild in general. It wasn't very strong and dominating like the classic type of habaneros that you get in the store. It wasn't anything like that, but it is a little bit on the spicy side, so that flavor is still sticking around in my tongue, but because it's not so floral or fruity flavor, whatever you want to call it, it's not really making me sick. Like, I don't like that floral fruity flavor hanging around for like 20 minutes after I eat it, because that just grosses me out after a while. It doesn't have that effect. It's a very mild flavor, and it is spicy, and it's hanging around, but it's not heavily, that floral flavor is not heavy, so it's not off-putting. As far as the heat goes, it's just kind of burning the end of my tongue, a little bit on the top of the tongue, a little bit by the tonsils, a very small amount, around the edges of my tongue a little bit, mostly the top and the tip of the tongue, and that's basically it. Maybe a little bit on the lips, nothing major. Heat is about 4,000, kind of came and gone. It's very light type of heat. So I don't want to say that it's not like a regular habanero. It could just be those two peppers where, I don't know, they didn't develop the heat because of the seeds didn't really develop. But maybe once the seeds develop, it'll be a lot hotter. Unfortunately, in this video, I can't really get to the heat. So you expect it, at a worst case scenario, to be like a regular habaneros type of heat, which is somewhere around 100,000. So you expect it to be that. Just these two pods I taste tested really didn't have any heat on them. And so I can't really elaborate too much on heat, but it's like any other habanero. It could be sweet one day, the next day, or the pod next to it could just be an absolute roaster. So just keep that in mind. I guess that's it, guys. And we'll end the pod review for the mustard habanero. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.